What's going on, guys? Welcome to Fun Fantasy Vector. This video, we've got ourselves a double header in the buffs of the week. And I was not expecting the other unit to get any kind of buffs because they already had them when they released. So this might be a bit confusing, but yeah, go check out the previous buffs for Ibara if you don't know about them, because she was already buffed when she came out and now she's buffed again. That's really crazy. Anyways, Locke, he's finally coming out. That's crazy. I thought they would just skip him. He's finally arriving very late, but nevertheless, he got a huge amount of buffs, insane buffs. So Cloaked is now not a really bad ability. Now it has three huge imperils on it. Throwing weapon, bow, and gun imperils are 40%. That's crazy. That's crazy utility. On top of that, 135% earth imperil, instead of boosting the earth resistance of the enemy, which apparently was a lore thing. So that's interesting. And on top of that, we have full break chain, 85% full break, not too bad. That's pretty standard nowadays, but that's still pretty decent. Aqua Edge, 135% water imperil. And keep in mind, guys, if you're new to these kind of videos, if there's nothing that gets changed, it doesn't get put in this list. So Aqua Edge does do other things. It's just that this has a buff of 135% water imperil. And here's the really broken thing. Force Hunt, 90% full break. 90% full break for all enemies. And 140% water imperil. That's okay, but the big thing is AoE, all enemies, 90% break, all stats. Attack, defense, magic, and spirit, 90%. That's just broken, dude. You don't have to do any limit bursts or any waiting. It's just on the first turn, bam. And it's not even being crowned. On the Gold Force, you have to crown to get those 90% breaks for defense, I believe. But this is just for everything. It's just getting buffed. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. Passives, I don't think he really needed any buffs in his passives because you don't really use them in terms of being a damage dealer or anything. You just use his cooldown and that's it. So you just have 150% HP, also 100% MP. They're really addicted to those MP buffs. Meeting Celeste, 250 attack buff, not really necessary, but it's there. Defense and Spirit, 100%. Again, not really necessary because you usually build him as an evasion unit. Speaking of evasion, now he has 60% on top of the 20% in the next part, so he has 80% evasion, which is absolutely crazy. So now all you need to build him 100% is 20-sided die, which is completely accessible to free play players because it's a 3-star TMR. He has 8 LB Gosh Shield of Return, which is actually pretty good, and 50% water resist when equipped with a dagger. Kind of okay, I guess, if you're building him into a tank, like a Provoker that's taking single target magic damage, perhaps. Someone to protect, 200% Dragon Killer, 70% chance of being targeted. Now this might be saying that they might see like, oh, why would it only be 70% now? Well, we'll get into why that might be in a moment here. His own person's base form has a 60 times modifier with 50% defense ignore. Attack and magic break, 5 turns, pretty decent. Some avian killers, or no, not avian killers, magic or physical and magical mitigation against avians and dragons. Whoops. And also some MP refresh, which is a lot larger now. His TMR got a pretty decent upgrade, 60% attack and some resistances when equipped with a dagger and throwing weapon. And here is the clincher, 30% draw attack. Now see, when you said you had 30 or 70%, you equip this, now you have 100%. You don't need Moogle Charm any longer. You no longer need to have Moogle Charm on him because now he has 100% draw attack when equipped with this TMR, and you already have 80%. Wow, that's insane. Like, yes, you barely have to build him at all now. You give him his TMR, you give him 20-sided die, he has 100% evasion, he has 100% draw. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Is that TMR got buffed to 200 attack and 150% bird killer, and on top of that he gets 400 attack for himself only. That's crazy though. This is absolutely crazy buffs. His Rave Shift form, which I didn't, it's gonna be kind of hard to fix this, but let's see what they do. Blazing Edge is now 88 times modifier, decent. Phoenix Ray, 140% fire and peril. That's quite good, but Rain will have better in the future. Just give us the match. Increased physical damage against Avian, 250% to himself. I wish it would have been 150% to all allies. That would have been pretty interesting. And Phoenix Magicite, this is the Fire Imbue. Now it finally has 2 casts instead of 1, so now you're not just saying, oh, my Fire Imbue is gone, now I have nothing. So you're like, now you can use it twice. And it's a slightly higher modifier, but the Fire Imbue being able to be used twice is much better now. Some passives. Fire resistance increased when equipped with a throwing weapon. 250% event killer, fine. And his limp burst, I wish they would have been changed to have 4 stacks of Mirage for all allies, but it's only for him. For 6 turns, really not necessary. This is kind of a lazy change in my opinion. And a slightly higher modifier. No one really uses this, so. And finally for Locke, his vision card got a huge change. It got a slightly higher attack, but the passives got changed. So now instead of the level 10, it is now the level 7, and it is no longer having anything required by it. So now you can get 30% evasion on anyone. 30% evasion on anyone with this vision card. And then the level 10 got changed to True Phoenix Assistance, and for only him, 600 attack. So quite good. 30% evasion for literally anyone. You could actually have this on him. Yeah, you would be overcapping it by 10%, but now you wouldn't even have to get 20-sided die. You get him to EX1, you get his TMR, you get his vision card. What else do you need? Like, that's insane. These are insane buffs for someone who I use a lot now on the JP version because of his crown break. So I think this is crazy. I think this is absolutely crazy. I'm giving these buffs like a 9 out of 10 because that's just crazy. It's just absolute, like, the mind, like this. It's hard to even speak how crazy these buffs are. And hopefully they come to either other version in the future. Hopefully. I hope so. And we have some buffs with Ibara, who, like I mentioned, already had buffs, and she's getting even more. So, in raid form, Arashi is on 120% lightning and peril, and some modifier increases for that. The Levitating Allure is now 135% lightning and peril, some more human and fairy killer. On top of that, she has a huge, way bigger lightning amp as well, and Azuma is now a 200 times mod. And that's very similar. That's almost getting into the JP tier version of that modifier. So that's quite interesting. In a break shift form, the same thing. Same stuff with those 2 abilities. They got changed to higher killers, higher modifier, higher imperil, yada yada. Oh, the rod imperil got added to weakening imperil. So she actually has a 35% AoE rod imperil on her own kit. So you don't need to bring Realm along. Although it would still be good to bring Realm for the LB fill, but still. And she has 40% Dark Amp for herself. And her Limit Burst, I think this is what everybody's going to be looking forward to. Her LB has a 135% Dark Imperil, 300% Magic boost for herself, and Throwing Weapon Imperil. So that's a synergy with her S TMR now. So her S TMR is not absolutely terrible. You could do 2 of her S TMR, you could do 2 rods. It's all up to you. And her S TMR did get buffed, by the way, which we'll be getting to. Her TMR did get a 10% increase in magic, which is okay. Sometimes you will equip this over her S TMR just because you want 2 rods. So, and her S TMR got a huge change, huge change. 210 magic, 100% magic true to wield, which is insane. And a slightly increase in fairy and human killer. And finally for herself only 750 magic, which is huge, and even bigger 50% lone burst damage. It's crazy. This is crazy because she struggles with building lone burst damage and killers and stuff, so a lot of this is really going to help. And the vision card got buffed to having 100% magic, so she's probably going to cap pretty quickly. on a lot of things. And on top of that, a little bit more magic, flat magic at the end there. Yeah, her modifier didn't get increased in her Lone Burst, but look at all these buffs that she got. It's crazy. Both these buffs are just crazy. I can't even speak because they're just so crazy. These are some of the best of all time, in my opinion. And Ibara didn't even need anything, and she's getting buffed. So, and by the way, the reason why she's getting buffed is because she's being released again, because it's Halloween. So, anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about these buffs? Let me know in the comment section down below. There's cookies down there as always. And up to see you in the next one. Peace.